Hey, Canucks fans, Elias Pettersson will not be joining Canucks teammates Ethan Bear and Connor Garland at next month's World Hockey Championships. Reports came out this morning that the Swedish Hockey Federation was not able to provide, I guess is the proper word, proper insurance, adequate insurance for Pettersson to go over there. Now, this is not overly complicated, but I'd say more disappointing for Pettersson. I know Canucks fans probably won't mind because there's less chance of being injured. I'll get to that in a second. But I know PD has always wanted to represent, he loves representing Sweden, his home and native land. Now, in a interview back at the All-Star time, he talked to Elliot Friedman and Jeff Merrick. And I remember this very vividly because it's kind of unlike what most hockey players say. Usually when you ask a hockey player what's more important to you, a Stanley Cup or Olympic gold medal, they'll almost invariably say the Stanley Cup. But I'm unless I'm completely mistaken, I'm pretty sure PD said that Olympic gold medal would mean just as much or even more than a Stanley Cup because he's always wanted to represent his home country. Now, I get that the World Championships are not the Olympics, and obviously the World Championships usually made up any NHL players that go. They're from teams that don't make the playoffs or who get bounced in the first round. So I get it. It's not the best on best per se, but it's still, I presume, an honor to represent your country. But it won't be happening this year for Elias Pettersson. Now, I was reading an article by Ben Kuzma in the Province, and it basically saying, it was either Ben Kuzma or Patrick Johnson, basically saying that one thing that's complicating the issue of no insurance for PD is he doesn't have a contract for not this season, but next season. We know that next year is the final year of his current 3-year contract, his second contract for the team. But because you base insurance, and especially the premiums, obviously, on potential future earnings, they can't properly nail down what those future earnings are going to be. They know he's going to make his 7.3 next season, but what happens after that? Is it 10? Is it 11? Is it 12? Whatever it is. So I think, I'm sure you could guesstimate a little bit, but I think there's too much uncertainty, both from Pettersson's camp and especially from the Swedish Hockey Federation's camp and whatever insurance broker they're working with. So unfortunately, it sounds like that, yes, that Pettersson will not be playing in the World Championships that I think are in Latvia and Finland starting in a couple of weeks or so. Now, I know a lot of Canucks fans, probably the majority of Canucks fans will say, good, good for him that he wants to play, but we'd rather him healthy. We'd rather him not risk getting injured during this World Championships. And yes, I've always said you can get injured anytime. You get injured in an exhibition game, in an NHL playoff game, in an NHL regular season game, in an overseas game, in an SHL game, in an Olympic game, in a World Championship game. You get injured getting something out of your car or walking up the steps of your house. So I'm not being facetious. You just never know when an injury is going to happen. But obviously, the less you play outside of the NHL, the better chance you have of not getting injured. So I get all of that. So I'm sure some Canucks fans will be happy with this news, or at least relieved, maybe is a better word. But I'm sure Pettersson is slightly disappointed. And it's too bad because I believe the head coach of the Swedish national team was also Pettersson's coach in 2017-18. Well, that guy's driving fast. In 2017-18, when he played in the SHL for the 1 year after getting drafted before coming over to the Vancouver Canucks. So that's Elias Pettersson not joining Team Sweden. By the way, I guess fresh in our memories too is the fact that Oliver Ekman-Larsson broke his foot at the World Championships last year, and then we saw that it led to a really slow start. In fact, an entire poor season for the defenseman. Two Canucks players that are going to the World Championships are Ethan Bear and Connor Garland. Ethan Bear, obviously a defenseman, Team Canada, so it'll be great to see him. And I think all signs are pointing to him re-signing with the Vancouver Canucks. Nothing official, but and I'm not saying that there's a better chance of Bear or Garland getting injured than PD, but I guess Bear or Garland don't have to be insured, or there simply isn't as much concern about them. They're not the difference makers that say Pettersson is. So I hope that Ethan Bear has a really, really good experience at the World Championships, get some even more confidence playing well and playing with some good players from other teams and against some other really good players from across the world. So that's Ethan Bear. And then it sounds like Connor Garland. I don't think it's anything official, but I believe that there's a story out there about the U.S. national team or the coach listing Connor Garland as one of the guys that they've placed on their preliminary roster. So Connor Garland, obviously, decent season with the Canucks. A lot of talk whether or not he's going to be traded or not this offseason to to make some space and to make some cap room, especially some cap space. But he played really well under Rick Tocchet for the last half of the season, just like he did under Tocchet in Arizona. So again, like Ethan Bear, should be a chance for Connor Garland to continue working on his game, get more experience, more confidence, and whatever it may be. So as of now, Bear is going to play for Canada. Garland is going to play for the U.S., but Pettersson will not play for Team Sweden. Give me your thoughts, if you have any, on these items down below in the comments. Tonight, members stream at 10 p.m. Look for the link on my community tab this afternoon. And then a stream for everyone, including members and non-members, at 11 p.m. So double dipper tonight, and only 2 hockey games. It's Boston, Florida, and then it is Colorado and Seattle. So that means 2 series that usually would go tonight actually are getting bumped to tomorrow. Toronto, Tampa is one of them, and the other one must be, I guess, it's Edmonton, LA, now that I think about it. So regardless, only 2 games tonight as the league looks to spread things out over the weekend. Okay, friends, I hope you have a great day. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform, Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Justin Credible, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well. Members live stream at 10 p.m. tonight. Hope to see you. And thanks to all of you for always supporting me. Always appreciate you. Never take you for granted. On your way out, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership, and leave a comment down below. Bear and Garland going, Pettersson not, to the World Championships. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. We'll see you tonight. God bless, and go Canucks go.